Good morning. It is December 20th, 2018. We are in the Whitley County Courthouse with Bev Henley. I'm Deb Lowrance, and this is for the Whitley County Oral History Project. Good morning.
Good morning.
What are we looking at here, Bev?
We are looking at the first courthouse, or the second, which has been built on the present site of the new courthouse. This courthouse was dedicated in 1890, so it would be 128 years old.
Neat.
This month. This courthouse has been placed on the National Register of Historical Sites, and I will start by saying that the first court in Whitley County was held in the home of Richard Behan, April 9th, 1839. He lived in South Whitley. The first courthouse, a two-story frame structure, stood where the Columbia City Hall now stands, which is on the west side of the courthouse. It was built in 1841 by Richard Behan. This building was moved to 108 South Whitley Street, and it is still standing at that site. In October of 1850, the need for more space required a new courthouse. So that would be this courthouse here. It's a two-story brick courthouse, and it was erected on the public square at a cost of $7,747.54. In 1853, the Board of Commissioners purchased for $250 a bell to hang in the cupola of the courthouse. This bell was later incorporated into the tower of the present courthouse. In 1887, the Board of Commissioners began to think about building a new courthouse. There was opposition by many who felt the taxpayers were already overburdened. The commissioners agreed on March 27, 1887, that a new courthouse would be built. They submitted a bill for $280.95, which was to cover the expenses of a committee to visit 12 cities in Indiana, Ohio, and Michigan to get ideas on constructing a new courthouse. May 2nd, 1887, Brentwood S. Tolan, architect from Fort Wayne, was commissioned to design the Whitley County Courthouse. He also designed the Allen County Courthouse. He was in business with his father, who was a very successful architect, and they lived in Fort Wayne. So they had a demolition of the old courthouse. Joseph S. Baker, contractor from Warsaw, bought the old courthouse for $100, and then he turned around and sold it to Cyrus B. Tully for $150. Mr. Tully used the bricks to build the Damoni Grimes Funeral Home, which sat on East Van Buren Street until it was destroyed by fire March 17, 1983. The building contract for the courthouse was $124,000. Then they required extra work on the foundation, extra windows, mantles, which, by the way, I would like to say there's supposed to be a fireplace in every room, and we have pictures of those at the museum. I took them while I worked here.
Neat.
A pump well. They had to change the location of the boiler house. They bought a clock, and they needed furniture, and the architect, of course, his commission brought the total cost to $148,000 and $148,320.85. In September 1888, the cornerstone was laid on the northeast corner of the courthouse. Some of the things in the cornerstone were a Bible, the instruments which were used by the architect, newspapers, annual report of the public schools, Republican and Democrat medal badges, a list of Union soldiers of Whitley County, and those who were buried in Whitley County up to September 20th, 1888. Many other things are mentioned and in our bulletin. We have at the library it's about a 4-page report on all the items that were put in the cornerstone. I don't know how they got it all in there, but
very cool.
Now, to mention that on the day of the dedication, Thomas Marshall was there, and he opened the proceedings with a little talk about everything that he was willing to accept, but the stone lady face, which appears on the north side above the door. And Thomas stated at the dedication of the courthouse that he, in the name of the people, I cannot accept the stone lady, who is apparently looking down her disapproval of these whole proceedings from the above arch over our heads. For a time, I was in doubt as to what she was, but I am answered by my good friend, Gleek, who sculpted her, that she is an exact copy of the Venus of Milo. The unutterable look is not one of pain or anguish of mind, but simply a Grecian architectural smile. So, some of the materials that were used to build the courthouse were black walnut lumber, was used for the judge's bench, and I don't know if it's still that way or not. If the
Well, we'll take a pan here.
okay. Of the bar railings, the stair handrails, the window casings, the door frames, the wainscoting and counters on the second floor. So let me go over here, if you bring the camera around.
You know I'm going to chase you all the way around the courthouse, right, guys?
Okay, there's everybody who is here.
Okay, so what are we looking at now?
All right.
Gotcha.
In question, the picture on the left, looks like the old horse and buggies are there. I think this is probably on the east side of the courthouse. And this picture's in question.
Okay.
I think it's the west side, but some say it's east side, so, of the courthouse.
Well, it sure looks like that's the central building to me.
Then again, it may be the north side. Okay, to build the new courthouse, which, actually, we do not have a picture in here of it.
Oh, of the new one? No.
Okay, it took 2 million bricks, 21,430 cubic feet of cut stone, 508,000 pounds of iron in the floors, the beams, the roof, and the tower, 10,000 pounds of iron in the stairs and window shutters, 110 squares of slate on the roof, 1,160 square feet copper in the dome and gutters. Now, if you would like, I believe the glass floors are outside the door here.
Mm-hmm.
So that took 1,000 feet of illuminated glass tile. Floors, which have been here since 1890, and when I used to give tours and I would talk about these floors, I actually had people who were afraid to walk on them for fear that they would fall through. And I don't think.
I think they've been here a day or two. I think we'll be okay.
I think
Yeah.
we're okay. So we just left Superior Court, and we're going to go in and look at the circuit court now.
Okay.
It's a much larger court. It's gorgeous. I believe when I was here previously, that's the law library.
Okay.
I don't know if it still is.
Back there is some.
A lot of books back there. Okay. And the clock has been there a long time, and there was a story about it, but I don't remember now what it was. So. But beautiful ceilings. And the walnut banisters. And the desk. When they built the courthouse, there was a considerable argument over whether the new structure should have electric lights or a gas-making plant. Well, the electricity was finally installed by Joseph and George Ruck. For the first quarter, the lighting cost $60. And we have a contract here coming from the museum about the agreement on how they would install the electricity. Ruck and Ruck did it, and they would charge pennies for the number of lights they had in the building, and they were only supposed to run them for a certain amount of time.
Uh-huh.
In 1958, an elevator was installed. So, to me, that's pretty recent. A steep ladder goes up to the highest point of the building, which is the dome. Someplace in the interior middle walls are the names of people who have braved the journey of the ladder. And I had an opportunity at one time to go up the ladder, but ice chicken. I think I got a height problem.
Oh.
So, some of the sayings that are written up there, L. Weber and Walter E. Sanders, it says, quit chewing tobacco on November the 7th, 1899. Walter Trout, Columbia City, 3:30 p.m., December 21, 1898, 17 years old. Above the date of June 8, 1910, 3 signatures appear. Ray Earn, Fred Carver, and George Myers. Other names and dates. Roy Collar, June 23, 1909. Edgar Strauss, June 13, 1905. Ralph Berry, September 5, 1906. Tubby Overdeer, April 6, 1950. The courthouse clock was installed by the Howard Clock Company of Boston, Massachusetts. The pull-in gears are located where the windows are directly under the dome. In 1937, there was a complete system overhaul. Now, it's been a while since I've been up here. If you want to walk over, I can show where the juries meet after they have to deliberate.
Sure.
Okay. That's the law library that's behind the court. This is a jury room here. That's a jury room, yeah. And this little door goes up. And it's spooky.
It's spooky.
And this is another jury room. A little bit larger.
We won't get what's on the board there. Alrighty.
Okay. Now, it's a nice,
Here's
view.
More glass floor. Mike Rush told me the reason for the glass floor.
For light,
For light.
because there was no electricity.
Right, isn't that cool?
Did you look up?
Oh my goodness, look up.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
I don't know what that might be, original lights. So that's.
It makes me dizzy.
Yeah.
Oh, we've been included in some of the stuff that's up there. There's Russians been up there.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. In various locations. Yeah, there's a lot of
If I were a braver person, I would ask you if we could go up there, but I guess I'm not that brave. Really? We did make it up here. Look at this.
Making it okay?
Go ahead.
Nope, you're all right. I'm good. I've seen it a million times. Yeah, somebody behind you.
Somebody else good makes me feel better. I think I'm even slower, Bev.
Okay.
All right.
This, we are told, was all glass at one time.
Well, there's one
To-
wire and pulley are over here.
Shine down through into the glass in the
West side of the
floor
courthouse.
to illuminate everything.
You're walking up the east side of the courthouse right now. So you'll see downtown square, you'll see lawyer's office over there across the street.
See that? That was all glass under there. Yeah.
Made for a heating problem, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine carrying all the firewood back in the day.
There's the ladder.
Yep.
That goes to the dome.
There's one ladder like that right here, and then there's another section that has another ladder just exactly like it. So you actually have 2 more flights of ladders to go up.
2 more after that
Yeah.
one? Wow.
Well, including this one, you have 2.
All right, I have a
When
question.
you were describing it, I figured it was a straight up ladder.
It's pretty close.
Pretty straight.
I can point out some landmarks to you guys up here. We did some work last fall. We had scaffolding up in this area. We were able to pick out some landmarks.
Some what?
Some landmarks, so like way out in the county.
Oh, hang on,
So you
I'm
see
coming.
the blue and white water tower here off the east side.
Uh-huh,
Go to the left of that and you see where the tree line just drops.
uh-huh.
Okay, right there, there's a kind of a beige water tower or tan looking water tower. It's real hard to see, I can barely see it. But right there, if you looked at the left of that, you actually see SDI.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Yep, so you can see 8 miles to the west.
Wow. That's our house, yeah.
It's Indiana, we're flat.
Oh,
Trying to think what else you can see. You can actually see the new school going up out also.
This way?
Yep. What school? The new high school.
High school.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you go follow Main Street down and where Speedway gas station is. Look straight up, you'll see that yellow horizontal. That's the new high school.
Oh, my goodness.
And on a kind of clear day, all along the southern, what do you want to call it, plain you can see, you'll see little spikes of electrical towers.
Oh, yeah.
That's the transmission lines going, I believe, from Wabash to SDI.
Wow.
Oh, and I guess there's a crane out there too, so you can see where this is
Yeah,
at.
yeah, it's way up there.
I don't know, are you guys familiar with the Raber elevator? Yeah. Okay. You can see, it's probably better from that window actually. Nope, you're good. Okay. So let's see. Actually, right there it is. So if you figure or follow that tan or brick tower right there, going straight up that smokestack.
Oh, okay.
Go to the right of that on the skyline.
Uh-huh.
There's Raber elevator.
Oh, my God. Wow.
Yeah.
Did y'all hide up here, or just to
We
look?
spent a lot of time up here last year, so we were trying to figure out all the stuff that we could see.
This is neat.
So show me SDI,
So SDI would be.
please.
Yeah. Actually, it's right here.
So is this ladder something I can go up or no?
Oh, jeez.
I can afraid no. Okay.
Yeah, let's don't.
So the blue and white water tower right there, the city wall.
Not really something I want to film.
That's where the signal
There's a water tower right there at the top of the tree. just barely see the shingles.
There's
up
more
there.
of them too.
That's the water tower out there.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so if you follow to the left of that, you can just barely see it. You see, yep, all the smoke coming out of there.
Yeah,
That's
I see the top of the main building.
Yep,
Yes.
And, steam rising off their cooling towers.
yep. And then, of course, the smoke here, you see Holmes Lumber Company.
Yeah.
Just towards us.
How long till it gets,
Where the windows are.
how long till it gets loud?
5 minutes, I think, 4 minutes.
Now you can actually see, you know, on the southwest side of Fort Wayne.
It's when you get all
Tell me when
all the different windows.
You see all those blinking at night, I bet up here at night you can see those. So, but it's just very, very faint. I mean, it's just barely over the tree line.
That's what a little restaurant they have, only sitting out there in the left block there.
Yeah.
You don't realize it just kind of,
Oh, this, what used to be the gas station, that's now
no, it's a Greyhound bus station.
yeah.
Yeah, it just, it looks so lonely sitting there. It
Yeah,
just,
looks like it closed. Isn't it?
probably, did it close or is it seasonal?
Oh,
Is it like Y2?
You're gonna record me?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so up above here is just an open area. The clock is actually located where that wire and pulley are going. And it'll go off here, like I said, in a few minutes. And then above that, the next area, which is where the clock faces are on the exterior of the courthouse, just at what's up there is just the clock. And that's all metal up above.
And you got the dome.
Yep, and then the dome's up above that.
The Historical Society have a room in here too where they.
Oh, really?
display things.
Yeah, it's down here.
There was one down.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
what Denny told me.
I'm not sure, it could be, was
Yeah.
it Denny
And
Finker?
upstairs,
Yeah.
dungeon now.
They did. It
It's
was
amazing how
up
much
there.
space they waste here. that they
Oh, yeah, the
finish
attic
off
space.
and-
Yep. So, I think they're, what I always look for, what I always look for,
And the downside is, what time is it? What? It's advancing.
So one thing that, when we were up here last fall, one thing we were looking for and realized that each city's gonna have their own cell tower. They're gonna have that blinking pulsating light. So one of those windows, if you look that way, you may not be able to see it today because it's not very clear, but you'll be able to see that pulsating light coming. That's either Pearston or Warsaw beyond that, so kinda interesting to look at that.
So do you have?
Oh, hun, if you went any faster, you'd be leaving me behind. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Coming down
There's
below.
another one. Kroger.
That one's a little newer, it looks like 2006.
Oh, okay, so, I'm slow on the steps.
Very cool.
Another thing you gotta factor into it though too is, heat.
Yeah.
You're gonna wanna keep it temperature controlled.
Nah, they put some winders over there.
I think this is
Probably where they keep everything.
Yeah.
Think so?
Into those the posts on the sides, you know?
Oh, yeah. If you look, it's not gonna film
It's not
well,
gonna show up, right?
but I got it. You could see inside the pointy things on the outside. I don't know how better to say.
This would be the north face of the courthouse. Of course, that would be the west and then the east over here.
Yeah.
The courtroom that you guys were in down below would be just around this corner. You can get to see the top of it.
There's a picture painting over there. I bet that's out of one of the offices when they moved over to the annex. Yeah, don't trip.
What?
Yeah.
Some of these beams, the steel beams have original writing on them.
Oh,
Right there.
how
Yeah.
neat.
Where my
I'll
finger,
get out of your
where my
way.
finger-
Trust two.
Yeah.
Yep, where my finger's pointing at right there.
Yeah. You gonna make it, lady?
What's that?
The shadow thing.
Yeah, the shadow finger. And back inside there too, you can see some more. You guys picked a good day to come up here.
Yeah, it's
40
nice
degrees-
and
40
light,
degrees
and
and
it's
not
not
windy
cold.
This has got to be from the courtroom,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I
would
bet it
imagine
would
so,
have
probably.
to be.
This is amazing.
I'm gonna, you want me?
About it. You can talk about it.
I don't know what to say about it. First, emblem on the clock. Isn't it neat? It's real heavy. I bet.
Wow.
That is amazing.
That's way
When you guys can imagine the journey you just walked up, but can you imagine whoever the custodian was of the courthouse having to go up all these flights of stairs once a week,
Oh,
and then to the very
man.
top to hand crank that to get that pendulum to
Oh, my
swing
goodness.
for the week.
He had good leg muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably arm muscles too to crank that thing. So I'm guessing it wasn't just, whoops,
You're okay.
Just wainscoting.
nothing serial.
Okay, this is looking out at City Hall. This is the second floor of the courthouse. Got here just in time for Christmas. We'll just take a quick look around and show you this really very cool staircase. And there's the glass floor up. And more glass floor down.
Mark, are they the originals? No. They're not.
They were added when they closed the dome,
Oh,
or, you know, so the light didn't
yeah, with the
shine.
light, okay.
One is, this particular wall is 46 inches thick.
So it's not just the archway, it's the whole wall is,
This wall is this thick.
wow.
And it goes all the way down, that's part of the foundation.
Ah, neat. So the rest of the first floor here.
It's all that iron and
Does it sink at all?
no, does it sink, Mark?
I'm sorry?
Does this settle to this building?
No.
But it's got a good foundation.
It's, it's not going anywhere.
Well,
Well,
that's a
so far it
good,
hasn't, so.
that's a good thing.
I mean, the craftsmanship is just amazing
Yeah.
with what they had to work with back then.
You know, the architect tried to commit suicide.
I did not know that, no.
Told him, yeah, he lived in Fort Wayne, he went to buy a gun and was gonna shoot himself, but I would sell him a gun. Because I think the stress of working with the commissioners and.
Wow.
and-
Well, he did a lot of them too. If you look
Yeah.
him up on the internet, I mean, he,
Yes.
This wasn't the
and
only one.
just one after another, just wham, wham, wham.
Yeah.
He was busy.
He designed Fort Wayne's, Allen County's courthouse.
So, yeah, I could see that the stress would be,
Talking about earlier is still there. There she is. She doesn't look so bad.
No, she doesn't.
So we're assuming it's somebody's from community fitness.
That side is plain, but I think she was.
So it wasn't this
have the
lady
architect drawings.
here.
And it showed
She was actually up here.
Up in the triangle.
Okay.
But the stonework is just so
The,
cool.
things up in the corner of that building over there,
Yes.
it's different from one end to the other. The
Uh-huh.
initials,
Yep.
but it's the same building.
Yeah.
So they took her down.
Okay, this is the Civil War Monument.
Paid for by GAR, Grand Army of the Republic. And if you wanted your name on the monument, you had to pay a subscription fee.
Really?
So only those with money probably got their name on here. A couple of years ago, we added some names.
And is that marble?
I think the corners are.
Neat. Well, thank you all for being here today. We appreciate it. And we will see you next time.